All right, so we're gonna go on a trail ride today, and we've got a 2023 Northstar Defender, and then I've got a made into a Northstar. Now the difference is gonna be this doesn't have a front winch, and it does not have the compressor on it for the air conditioning. So, and it has 27-inch tires on it. My wife's gonna be driving it, and then I'm gonna get in the Defender and drive in a minute. But this Defender has 30-inch tires on it, so you're gonna see the difference. Now, if you remember, in one of my other videos, I took a 22 Northstar that had 29s on it on the trail, and then took a Defender with 27s. And so this will kind of give you guys a variation. If you bought a Northstar Premium, that's what that would compare to. Now, the only difference in the Northstar Premium and the Ultimate as far as components is one has 27-inch tires and one has 29s. Now, all the Defenders for 2023 in the Limiteds and above have 30-inch tires from the factory. So that is a huge plus on the Defender side. Now, you can see them both front end to front end. On your left is the, we're gonna call it the Northstar, and on your right is the Defender. This is a Lonestar edition, and this would be compared to a Premium. There's no difference in this unit as far as front diff, rear diff, all the way up to the 2023s. In 2021, which is what this unit is, they did quite a bit of differences between 2020 and 2021, but from my knowledge, from 21 to 23 on the Polaris Ranger, there's no difference in the driveline. Now, if any of you guys have a 22 Northstar Ultimate or a Trail Boss, or if any of you have a 23 and you guys want to link up and do a video together, give me a shout, and we'll meet up somewhere, or we can do it here. I would like to get another comparison. I don't have a Polaris coming in as of right now, but if I got to get one, I got to get one. Anyway, here you go. We're going to do a trail ride. All right, so we're in the Defender. We're heading back here to the trails, and we're going to go down the trails together. I'll show you guys some differences in the shock drop and how far of clearance you've got over things. Basically how they do on the trails. Now, I can tell you, we've had a 19 Northstar, a 22 Northstar Ultimate. Both our 19 and our 22 were Ultimates, had ride command, fully loaded. And then I've had a 2021 Can-Am Defender, a 2022, a 22 and a half, and a 23. This 23, the clutching with the 30s is so much better than if you add a 30-inch tire to a 22 half and back. I'm not sure if they changed the weights in the clutch or what they did differently, but I can tell a difference in low speed and mid-range as far as its peppiness. And then the other thing that I notice is, like, we're going downhill right now. I'll go ahead and lock it in, put full drive on and the rear locker. Not that you have to have it for this, but I've noticed on all of our Polarises, even the 129s and our Defenders before this, when they would be going down this hill, that the engine brake and the clutch would want to let the tires grab so hard that it would slip. Now, I've got to kind of keep my foot touching the brake from time to time. It'll get up to about 5 miles an hour, and then that's kind of where it keeps it at, 5 or 6. But I like how the clutch feels going downhill on this much better than the other ones, because the way I would have to keep my foot on the gas a little bit, and I think that's because the tire dimensions. I think that the 30-inch gives it enough touch on the ground that it doesn't slip. And what I mean is, on the other ones, what you would do is you would let out the gas and let the clutch and the belt do its thing, and it would kind of jump, and it would slide because it couldn't keep traction, and it was trying to hold back so hard. So these feel much more refined, and it's a really, really smooth platform. Now I'm going to get out and go down here and show you the ground clearance difference between these two machines coming down this hill, and you'll be able to see. Cool driving down this. I'll kind of guide you. Just keep your foot on the brake. You're just trying to go slow. All right, so here comes the Defender down. You guys will be able to see it. You can see how much clearance. This is a Northstar. Come on down, hon. All right, so we're back in the Defender. I may have to help Laura navigate through those really tight trees. I don't know if she'll be okay with that or not. Oh, look at her go. We'll get up here and do a tire drop test. I think Can-Am did some excellent changes for this 23. It's extremely smooth, even compared from our 22.5. Just in the aspect of ride, when you've got a bigger tire from the factory, it takes the vibration and bumps and things of that nature out of the machines much better than, you know, let's say like a 27 or even a 29. 1 inch makes a huge difference. Now this is going to be our tire drop test. And I'm going to let Tyler video us. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Is this one off the ground?
No, the back left is.
How far is the back one off?
6 inches.
Okay. They getting it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull up to get out of her way. And that she may want me to drive that one. It may make her nervous. All right, come on up. Now this has got littler tires on it, so we'll see how much it flexes. All right, now just go on. There you go. There you go. There you go. Keep going. Slow down. Slow down. See, it hit right there. You can see. Look at this. It's touching the bottom of that. That's how much less ground clearance that has with 27s. All right, now going forward. There you go, girl. Woo-woo! So you can see, you know, not only do you get more ground clearance, but it just helps with the whole unit from your undercarriage and everything not getting beat up. Now, none of this we're doing today is anything dangerous, but it's just to give you guys, something to go off of when you're trying to make a decision between these machines and what you want to buy. This is exactly how a limited Defender comes. So from a limited up, you're going to get 30-inch tires, full underbelly, arched A-arms. And on a Polaris, you're not going to have arched A-arms, and you're going to get 29s at the maximum with an Ultimate. You can come on down, Tyler. Zoe, get your butt out of the way. Come here, girl. Come here. Come on, Abby. Come on. Come over and sit down. Good girl. You're good, Tyler. Just go slow so they can see. See right there? You're good. You ain't gonna touch. Go on forward, turn right, and go by that tree. Just go slow. Slow down. You're good. All right, so we're going back down the trail. We got Abby and Zoe up here leading the way. These are our hunting dogs up here. We got the air on, cruising around. It's about 75 today out here. Willow's over here too. Got her Zevia Coca-Cola. Zoe, you. Zoe's like, I gotta pee mid-trail. Hurry up, you little warthog, get up there. Zoe's about 8 years old, going on 9 this year. She still thinks she's 1 sometimes until in the morning when old Arthur kicks in and then she can't move for 3 days. She's got a gimp paw in the front right, and it looks like a crab paw. How's Laura doing back there? She's drove this trail 1,000 times. She'd probably drive it blindfolded. All right, so I'm gonna let you drive this, Tyler, across this, and that way I can show them just how they take on this front part. Make sure your left tire goes close to the dirt over here so that they can see the four-wheel drive different engagement on it. Usually I can get, when I have them do this test right here, usually you can see when the left tire hits, you can see the right one, how soon it takes it to actually kick in on the four-wheel drive. Now, as I've told y'all before, on the Defender, it does not have a true locker, and a lot of people call them three-wheel drive, and that's what they are sometimes. Literally, you'll put your front tire up to something, and the one that you need to spin won't spin. It puts all the pressure to the other one. And so we'll see it right there? So you can see it start to take off. There you go, Tyler. Good job. Now we'll get this. I've always said that Polaris has a better front locker, and I still say that today. Although when you put a set of 30s on the Defender, it makes a world of a difference. But the same would go for a Northstar. If you put a set of 30s on it, which we did with our first Northstar, and it just helps these machines so much. Back up. I need you to get your front left tire as close to that edge. You'll see his tire marks over there, and that way they can see the four-wheel drive engage. See his tire marks right there? Make sure your front right tire hits that right there, because that's the highest point, and it'll get your left tire off the ground. Just keep going back. All right, now just follow his tire marks. There you go. See, I can tell how much quicker. And once, it's like on the Northstar, the Polaris, once it locks in, until it takes away the pressure from the other side, it doesn't kick out. Whereas on the Defender, it's almost like that it gets you through it, lets out, gets you through it, lets out, and it just doesn't really stay locked in as well. Now, Polaris does not have a true locker in it. Neither one of them are perfect, but out of the box, I can tell you for sure that the Ranger has a better front diff. All right, let's get on down this trail. What are you doing? Oh, you good? Girl, you are being so good. Yes, you are. You're a champ. You know it. You've been playing with Daddy's Coke for a while, ain't you? I love you. You're so pretty. All right, here we go. We got the air on in here cruising. Watch out, Abby. We come down through here the other day and this place was a mess. When after that big old storm. Can tell you also on the 2023 Defender, the turning radius is not as good as the 22.5 and back, and I think that's because they made the A-arms forward arched and put bigger tires on it, so it's a lot harder for it to turn that mass compared to what it was. And also, if you've got wheel to wheel longer, it's just like a school bus. You know, the longer it gets, the harder it is to turn, unless you've got some kind of mechanism to let your wheels come in further, like the frame was hoofed in or something. But these are not. And so, like I said, you've got a wider turning radius. So just keep that in mind. There's so many factors that go into picking one of these for a family and what you want. But we'll try to give you as much info as possible. That way you can see. These new tires on these Defenders I love. I mean, they go so well. I can tell a big difference in the traction and stuff on them. And they're the knobbiest tire I've seen on a factory unit in comparison to a farm vehicle. Like if you was looking at a mule, or you was looking at a Defender, or you was looking at a Ranger, you know, anything in that range. Now I want to go between these two trees and show you both units parked between the trees so you can kind of see the width of each. How they doing back here? Look at that. So my tire is directly as close as I can get it to that. And I've got about 1.5 feet on this side. All right, come on up, Tyler. Turn your tire this way. Hey, turn your tire this way. Keep turning it. There you go. All right. Hold on a second. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So you can see. All right, now going through and just park up there a little bit. Don't get hung up on that big tree limb there. Get your driver's tire as close to this tree as possible so I can show them the width difference. Now you can see the tires on this, they're inside the frame compared to. Come on up. Come straight forward and you got it, hon. Right, come there forward a little bit. All right, whoa. The Defender was a hairline closer, like literally 1 inch over, but I'll give you guys, might be hard to tell in the video, but there's probably 2 foot of gap here. and that's because of how wide the tires are on the Defender. All right, you ready? What is it, hon? I heard Willow in here say, "Dad." Abby and Zoe done decided they're going on. They're like, "You guys are too slow for us race dogs." Oh, Zoe's gonna fall. It's almost like she's walking drunk right now, swabbling side to side. She can't stand, she's getting older and can't run like Abby does. She's like, "I'm still a young pup." Since it's rained, the lake's come up a little bit. It was all the way out where you could go around it. They're probably holding it back some too. Well, I'm wanting to video some of this. Not that that's gonna matter, but I'll video them going through it. Yeah, right through here. Go around that stick and then you're gonna come up this hill over here. Turn left hard. There you go.
Am I good?
You're good, yeah. We'll see if they...
For driving this so hard.
Well, it ain't never been done like... Just go right up this. Now see, they touched their belly on there, and our belly was about 4 inches above. Now, I know you couldn't see in the video because I was driving, but you've got a lot more ground clearance on this, whereas you would if you got a premium. Now, if you get the Ultimate, like I said, it comes with 29-inch tires, which is going to give you an 1.5 to 1.75 inch height difference on there. So you would have a lot more clearance on an Ultimate. Since we've been down here last time, there's been so much. We had a huge windstorm come with literally like 80-mile-an-hour winds, and there is so much stuff down. It's just demolished, wrecked this place. This tree's fell since then, and all out through here. Here comes someone speeding up the lake. So a lot of times this lake will dry up, and you can go around the sides over here. Got my little Willow vest. We're doing a little metal detecting down here, but this lake was all man-made. They blast this out with dynamite and stuff, and there's a huge dam over on the other side. I'll try to get some video on sometimes, but if you guys ever see us ride around, it's over here. We go around this side here and go all the way around. You can go up, halfway around the lake once it's dried up, but I guess they're starting to let the water back in. And this is where they pull all the water for the city at, through this. I know it looks awful, but I don't know, they must have good filtration. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see how that Polaris height does going across through there. I'm betting your belly rubs on here. Ours didn't touch, but I'm wondering if that one does. You're good. When you get close to it, about 6 inches, give it a little bit of throttle, but not so much that you spin. But you don't want to pull up to the face of it and then try to go. It'll go over it. It's going to come up it. It just may spin a little bit. I just want to see if your belly will touch. There you go. Yeah. It's I mean, we didn't even get near the belly of it touching. It's just, like I said, the littler tires, it's where it's so short. Feels good in here, don't it? Well, I got a window down. Would you guys like to see like a Pro XP or something like that go up against these so you can really see what the difference is in a performance vehicle compared to a trail or a work vehicle? If you guys would, let me know down in the comments. I got a couple of buddies with those and could probably get something like that going. If any of you guys remember, these used to come with big horns on them from about 22, I think even some of the 22 and a halves might have had some of them when they first were released. I know a lot of the 22s did, and they switched half of those, but they had big horns on them. If you ever rode in the creeks where there was slate rock and stuff, you could tear a big horn in no time. I mean, they were just a really, really junky tire as far as sidewall. Now, they perform really well on the trails and stuff, but they just didn't hold up as far as if you rub the sidewall on something. Out that bag. Never drove up this big hill over here on the right by herself. We're gonna go up through this one. It goes up through the trees and stuff up through there. It's hard to tell on video, but it's a pretty steep embankment. I'm gonna turn this air down so it ain't so high, so we can see. All right, you ready? We've got the four-wheel drive on. This is a sharp turner here. We'll see if this old bus can turn it. Whoop! One tire on the tree. There we go. You can get a video backwards of them. Ranger doesn't have the compressor on it, and it has 27-inch tires, so it should have a horsepower and torque advantage by a long shot compared to this Defender, because the Defender has 30-inch tires on it, and it's a much heavier machine, and it also has an air conditioning unit and compressor on it, whereas the other one does not. Put it in high and take your four-wheel driving stuff out. All right, so we're gonna do a turning radius test, and we're gonna turn left as sharp as we can, and then we're gonna take the Polaris and we're gonna put it in the same spot. As you can see, I've put a rock directly beside that left rear tire, and then I'm gonna mark it as it goes around. This tire is 3 inches. We'll just put it right beside that. So it's right there beside it. All right, go slow and let me put some rocks around your turn. Go ahead. I know that the 23's turning radius doesn't feel as good. Got that right beside the tire. Keep going. Did it literally almost go right back to the same exact spot? All right, stop right there. So you can see where it turned to. That's the original rock to where it was started at. And so I'm gonna let her pull up in the Polaris and see how she does. So as you can see, this is where he started at. And then when he swung out, he swung all the way through here. You can see the mark of the tire. Right there's the tire when I marked this one. So his turning radius is from right there to here, and then on out over to this one over here. See that rock right there? And then over there. So it's not the worst turning radius, but we'll see how this Polaris does. This has littler tires, and I'm almost sure that the wheelbase is shorter. You're gonna pull all the way up here. All right, so as you can see, I've got his rear tire. Pull up just a hair, Tyler, so it's directly center of the tire. Don't turn your wheel. Just pull up. Pull up. Whoa, hold your brake. Now, when I tell you turn left and turn it all the way left and you're gonna take off and go, we're gonna see if it turns inside of these rocks or what. Go ahead. Now, right here's where the Defender's turn radius was. Let's see if it goes. Oh my goodness, look at that. There's like 6 foot difference. Oh wow. Look, here's the other rock where the Defender was. I mean, that thing turned, the turning radius on that compared to the Defender is at least 6 foot in the outside diameter difference. Now, like I said before, this has much littler tires on this one, and it doesn't have forward arched arms, whereas on the 23, they moved the wheelbase longer, and I've seen on the forums to where there's bigger bump stops or something to not let the tires turn in as far, and I can tell that those tires will turn in further than these will. But this, I mean, you can see how big those tires are. Now I've got a set of 30s in the garage up there, brand new. I could slap on this and do some more testing, but I really don't know if it's worth throwing on a set of $900 tires to do. You guys let me know in the comments. Maybe if I can get enough views on this to justify it, we can do it.